This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover Lloyd in Space. Hey, Joel.
Hey, Andrew.
Today is technically another request.
Really?
Or that girl that sent us like a bunch of them at once.
Our super fan?
Yeah. I mean, at least she was the first. Her name was Jessica. I can't believe I forgot your name. I'm so sorry, Jessica. I didn't ask her for a shout out this time. It just dawned on me that she sent us a ton of requests. And I promised her we'd get to them all, by God, and I think this eventually is the second one we did for her. So
we're making it through the list, Jessica. Yeah. Don't you worry.
She gave us a ton. It made me laugh really hard. I don't know if I said this the first time she sent in a request, but she was like, "I can't believe you guys read my request. You must be floored. Your emails must be flooded. You guys are such a good podcast." And I was like, you're very nice to say that to me. I needed that today.
It warms my heart to know that she thinks that highly of us.
Yeah, that we're a popular podcast. I mean, we do okay, but we're not. I'm always afraid to get too popular because we're going to get copyright stricken one day. And,
100% in all of our episodes.
That's how you'll know Cartoon Dumpster Dive is ended, when they're like, take it down or we're suing you. Like, it's been real, everyone. We'll see you later.
I wonder if we could just move all the episodes to like Patreon, if we could get away with that.
My guess is I'm going to see if we can pull off it being a parody. And then if that doesn't work, we'll take them down.
Well, if it's not, then we can just...
We're covered under parody law.
We can just start parodying the songs ourselves.
Yeah, we'll just sing the theme songs rather than play them.
Yeah, just awfully. And there you go. Yeah, sounds good, Andrew. Speaking of theme songs...
Yeah, let's review Lloyd's theme song.
Let's hit it.
Come on, man! Lloyd, have you finished cleaning your room yet? Working on it, Mom! Lloyd? I gave you a crater full of homework today, mister!
Run, Lloyd! Run for your life! Hey! You ain't garbage!
Yes! Superlative!
I was worried, Lloyd!
So ignoring the fact that, like, he potentially just killed, like, 5 or 6 people in his theme song, not a bad one. At the very end, because you're listening to this, at the very end, a baseball hits a window of a space station, and about 5 or 6 people get flung out into space.
The only thing we can hope for is that those species that came flying out can breathe, survive in space.
In the vacuum of space. Yeah. Because no humans came out, so.
No, yep.
But yeah, pretty good. I'll give it a 6. It's catchy enough.
Honestly, I was going to right there with you. It's a 6. It's not the best, but not bad. It's pretty good
and fun.
I think if this was in my my rotations of shows growing up as a kid, I think I would get pretty excited by the theme song on Saturday mornings.
Disney cartoons are a hard one for me because I didn't really have the Disney Channel growing up.
No,
we didn't have that package.
I was too poor to have it.
Yeah, it's like I think I watched them like way later Like, I mean, I remembered watching Lloyd in Space, but it was like when I was working third shift, and it was just on, in the apartment complex I had free cable, and I was like, I'll just watch Lloyd in Space as I contemplate my life decisions that made me work third shift.
This is it's something I never got to watch.
But Joel, how did this get made?
So let me start out by letting all the listeners know that this show originally aired February 3rd, 2001, ran for 4 seasons, but only 39 episodes, and ended on February 27th, 2004. Like you said, it's a Disney show, so it, most of this aired on Toon Disney. There was, when it first aired, it aired on ABC on their like Saturday morning lineup.
Right.
But the show was created by 2 guys by the name of Paul Germain, and I'm going to butcher this guy's last name, but I'm going to try my best. Joe Absalo-Behill.
And so be here.
Yeah,
that looks right.
No. I'm sorry. Ansela Behill.
Okay. I mean, if he's listening, he can pick which one is right.
I know. I said it 5 different ways, so I think I covered it. But these guys, they actually they created the show Recess.
I saw that.
Yeah. So they actually.
I think that's another one of Jessica's requests, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Recess, and they also had Paul, especially, had a hand in Rugrats. Joe as well. So these guys, they were no strangers to really cartoons at this point.
The world of animation and really a Saturday morning lineup cartoon for sure.
Yeah. And I saw an interview with Paul, and it was actually pretty interesting because he actually was talking about the creation of this show, in line with the creation of Rugrats and Recess. And he basically pointed out that each, when he helped create Rugrats, because Paul was the one that really had a hand in creation of Rugrats. I think Joe was just a writer on it, but he said that all of these shows reflect a different period in like their personal lives with their children.
Okay.
So he pointed out that when they created Rugrats, their kids, like him and Joe's kids, basically were around 1 year old. So newborn babies.
Right.
And then when they created Recess, guess what? Joe and Paul both had kids that were in elementary school. And then just a natural next step and the next progression was they started thinking about, next shows, what they're going to do next. They pulled that inspiration from their kids again, but at this point, they was going into junior high or middle school.
Yeah, the first episode, Lloyd is turning 13.
Exactly. So it's really just, they got their inspiration just from, what was going on in their lives. And, if you're a parent, most parents, the most important thing to you is your kids.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're all right. But that's it. And I thought that was pretty interesting because, you can kind of go back and you can say, hey, at this point in this creator's life, this show was inspired because they had like babies or they had elementary school age children. And this one is just middle school age children.
Yeah.
But that's it. Short and sweet. I like.
Okay, there isn't a lot to the history.
No. And honestly, it's pretty crazy on a show that has a big fan base like this. There's really not too much on this show as far as like the creation. I had to actually find basically a separate podcast that somehow was able to interview Paul, and he just mentioned that 30-second little tagline in that one podcast. So,
you want to shout them out so they can listen to it, or
no?
Might as well,
because I don't remember. I don't remember the podcast. It was like just a YouTube podcast.
Oh, like a YouTube encyclopedia type thing?
Something like that. But I think they more focused on like Nickelodeon cartoons.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice.
Yep. But Andrew, tell me about some of the voice actors in this.
Okay. Actually, some people came back. Not came back.
Oh, I'm
some
sure.
people we know from doing this show for as long as we have, but the voice cast,
the usual suspects.
Yeah, pretty like they do voice work people. Yep. So the voice cast of Lloyd in Space is Cortland Mead is Lloyd Nebulon, Bill Fagerbakke is Kurt, Pamela Hayden is Douglas McNaughton, Justin Shincrow is Eddie Horton, April Winchell is Nora Nebula. Tress McNeely is Mrs. Bolt. Nicolette Little is Francine Nebula. And Brian George is Station.
Okay.
You also have, and I'm not going to credit who they are, you have Dedrick Batter, Kevin Michael Richardson, Clancy Brown, your usual suspects. And I'm pretty sure his name isn't right off the top of my head, but you know that guy that's like in every Pixar movie? He's like Ham and Toy Story and like Lightning McQueen's truck. He's in it too for like one episode.
That's I can't.
I call him every Pixar guy.
No, that's I cannot remember his name. He played on Cheers. Right? The guy that played Ham in Toy Story?
Oh, John Ratzenberger?
Is that who?
John Ratzenberger, yeah. Yeah, he's in like one episode as like just a throw off cop. He just must have been around the office that day.
Just I always imagine just you're just kind of like walking around the office and they're like, "Hey John, we got just this one show recording. You wanna come do it? All right, let's do it.
Sure, why not?
I ain't got nothing else to do today."
Yeah. But
and they get paid money for it.
Yeah. So for their other works, we have Cortland Mead is Gus Griswold in Recess.
Okay.
Bill Fagerbakke is Patrick. He's Patrick Star in SpongeBob.
Yep.
Pamela Hayden is Milhouse in The Simpsons.
Okay.
Justin Shincrow is Harold in Hey Arnold.
All right.
April Winchell is Miss Herman in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Tress McNeil. Here we go. The Simpson. There's a Simpsons short where she's Maleficent. How do you say that? Maleficent.
You mean the like evil witch lady?
Yeah.
Maleficent. I don't know, man.
Well, she's
I never
that.
cared. I never
learned
about
how
her.
to read.
It's amazing that you even can do this podcast.
I know. Wouldn't you know it? Life finds a way.
He's just faking it until we make it, guys.
Nicolette Little is Abby Markham in The Legend of Tarzan. And finally, Brian George is Mr. Friendly in The Neighborhood.
Okay.
So here's a little interesting tidbit about this show they never mentioned, but it is actually a part of the lore of Lloyd in Space.
Okay.
This takes place after World War Nine.
Yep.
So that means there were 8 world wars. I'm assuming that they all live in a space station because we blew up the planet. But
possibly. I
yeah.
mean, if we got space stations at this point and we've code mingled with
intelligent life, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, chances are they'll Earth
our planet is no more.
Or it could be one of those situations where it's like after the 9th World War on planet Earth, the Galactic Federation invited us to join it to give us ultimate peace.
Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe so. Our series follows Lloyd Nebulon. He's a green-skinned alien of the Verdigreen race. It's basically just about him. It's like a slice of life, but everything's like all space-ified. So instead of the oven, they have the Mealotron, shit like that.
It's just him in middle school, right?
Huh?
It's just like him in middle school trying to figure out
trying to figure himself out,
life.
Trying to learn what it is to be a kid in these hard times of the future.
Oof.
He's got
middle
his
school
friend.
Is always rough.
Oh, middle school's the worst.
Yeah,
He's got his friends Eddie R. Horton, a redheaded teenage boy, Kurt Blobberts, a purple blob guy who's like dumb. And then we have Douglas McNoggin, a giant brain with limbs and a face.
I'm sorry, what's his last name?
McNoggin.
So the brain's last name is McNoggin.
And so you have you have to appreciate this show a little bit. They use the sci-fi. Like I know a lot of I can think of a lot of sci-fi kids shows that don't use the sci-fi element to their advantage. But this one, he's got problems, but they're all sci-fi. Like, he tries to do his science experiment on mold. That mold comes to life because of like space radiation or something. Or he found it from another dimension or something like that.
Okay.
They had an episode where a little purple alien and his race doesn't choose a gender until some age, and they're all trying to figure out what gender he is. I don't know if that episode's problematic today. I felt like they handled it pretty well for 2001. But I don't know.
I saw some article recently. It was like some fan talking about that character and how it was like Disney's first asexual character ever.
Yeah, and I mean that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yep, reminds me of the Godzilla from Godzilla 1999 movie with Matthew Broderick.
I will never forget that line where
I would never either.
It must reproduce asexually, and the girl just turns around and goes, "Oh, what's the fun in that?" And I was like, good fucking God. Yeah, let's see here. Let me, oh yeah, Lloyd doesn't know his dad. I don't remember what happened to his dad. There's 4 seasons of this thing, so I didn't get to watch them all.
Well, it's also pretty hard to find because it's not on Disney Plus.
As of this recording, it's not on Disney Plus. That doubt it floored me. I was like, how is this not on Disney Plus? Everything else is from Disney's like Saturday morning lineup, but not Lloyd in Space.
Maybe because it aired originally on ABC, which still wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, because they have some ABC. Well, Cowboy Cows of Moo Mesa isn't on Disney Plus, And that's the ABC Disney property.
Very, very true. So they do draw a line somewhere.
There is a line in the sand somewhere. There's a movie about a donkey that plays football, and you're telling me you can't get Lloyd in space?
Can we just take a moment to also just say, up on the mesa?
It's the real Cowboys. I think I got a message from somebody. They were like, "You'll never find a better theme song than the Cowboy Cows of Moo Mesa." All I responded with was, "You're probably right."
You probably are, because that song, even to this day, I will listen to it.
Also, another thing I appreciate is like the little sister, along with being annoying, has telekinetic powers, and there's a lot of humor in that because when she throws a temper tantrum, she literally lifts everyone off of the ground. And
why doesn't Lloyd have that then?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
It's only his sister has telekinetic powers. And it was funny. They tried to do like his mom leaves or something. And she's like, "All right, Lloyd, you're the oldest. You're in charge." And Lloyd's like, "Take out the trash, Nadine." And she's like, "No." and he's like, "I'm the boss of you. You have to do what I say." She's like, "I'll just make your head explode." And she's like, "You would." He goes, "You wouldn't dare." And she actually tries to like kill him. He's like,
That's funny.
Okay, I give.
What? If you have telekinetic powers, why? Like, I feel like taking out the trash would be easy, wouldn't it?
It's because she's a little girl. She doesn't want to be told what to do. It's because she's a brat. Just because you have powers doesn't mean you're going to use them for anyone's convenience.
True.
It's just like, it's like, yeah, I could do it. I'm not gonna, but you could do it.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one joke that made me kind of like, it was kind of groan worthy. They're like, all their teachers are robots. And
okay.
she was like, he comes home from class and his mom's like, "You're home early." And she's like, "Miss Bolt blew a gasket." And she's like, "Oh, you mean she got mad?" She's like, "No, she literally blew a gasket. They had to cancel school to get her repaired." And I don't know. I think it was just the setup and delivery. I was like, that did not land with me. But overall, solid 2001 animated series. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. I feel like it should go on to Disney Plus.
Honestly, I think, and I feel like it's kind of the same thing with Recess. If you think about it, the troubles that Lloyd has to go through, I feel like today is still kind of roughly the troubles that middle schoolers probably have to deal with.
Yeah,
it might be
the lack of online stuff that happens.
Yeah,
but like other than that, yeah, you could 1-for-1 show them the problems they had. You're right.
Yeah, because I mean, you like if you think about it, like I know bullying is like a big thing in this show.
Standing up to bullies and stuff.
Yeah, like kids were still having to go through that. So, you wouldn't, maybe kids wouldn't resonate with it nowadays because they don't have like cell phones and stuff like that.
Maybe they all got blown up in World War V. It's so
maybe
far in the future, they may not need cell phones anymore.
Exactly. I mean, apparently everyone's just living on space stations now.
There was one where it's like Lloyd. It looks like Lloyd had killed again, but he's fishing and he accidentally throws the fish too high and it lands in a nuclear power plant station and blows up. Like he gets escorted by the police back, and like they must have known that they had to explain that nobody was in this power plant, so Lloyd wasn't responsible for killing like 1,000+ people. But he's like, "You just better be glad it was one of those newfangled automated power plants, or somebody could have gotten hurt." And I was like, "Gotten hurt? They could have been dead."
Yeah, that's Yeah, blowing up a nuclear power plant is you're going to kill a lot of people.
But yeah, so Joel, I believe it is time for your new reoccurring segment. Reviews that are lost in space and reviews that praise Lloyd in space.
Oh, okay. That's good, Andrew.
It's passable. It's passable.
Yeah,
It's a respectable 5.
There we go. Speaking of respectable 5, that is the lowest rating I could find that actually had a review.
Okay.
So I'm going to start out with a 5 out of 10 titled Boring.
Aw.
I know. Okay. If you ask me, this show pretty much sucks. I remember how excited I was as a 10-year-old to find out that this awesome new show was coming out on ABC's Saturday morning lineup right after recess. However, I soon found out that it was an exact repeat of Recess, everything from the same cheesy lines and plots to the same cheesy characters to the same lame voices. It sure shows that the creators got bored with a perfectly good show, aka Recess, and got worried that they would get canceled. So they decided to create the perfect excuse for a show, Lloyd in Space. There's not much else to say about this lame show about a misfit teenager in space. He's a pretty big idiot, and if you ever have to choose between this show and Recess, pick Recess. It's easier.
Wow.
It's easier to watch, flows better, and has more original plot lines.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for someone who seemed to be really against this show, they sure did rate it pretty high.
Yeah, that's
This feels like it should have been a 1
that's
from
not
this
like
review.
a 1-star review, but
Not a 5.
Maybe he was like, "Well, I'm not Satan," and then he gave
I'm
it
not
a 5.
Satan. Okay, and this is a 10 out of 10 titled one of my favorites. This show is underrated and doesn't get the love it deserves from the voice cast to the storylines. It is one of those late 90s, early 2000 cartoons we got from Disney that was fire. They should put it up on Disney Plus. Until then, I would just keep watching them on YouTube. Or,
That's where
I'm
I
sorry,
watched him.
on YouTube's.
Ah, okay.
Yep. This was an old person that calls it YouTube's.
I like this review that I found. It's 10 out of 10. It's another great show from 2001 till 2004 about an alien boy named Lloyd and his friends who like to do things together every day, anytime, and whenever they are. The reason I like that is because they didn't put the proper grammar. So it sounds like they're saying it's another show about an alien boy. It's like, how many are there?
Yeah, there's a lot of reviews like that. Well, the grammar, you almost have
It's weird
to...
because most of the time, positive reviews, you're level-headed, so you get a lot of good grammar. But you know those angry fuckers who leave the mad reviews, they leave out a lot of commas and misspell everything, and it's all in caps lock.
It's because the anger just blinds them.
Yeah, rage. They
Yeah.
break their keyboard over Lloyd in space.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. What? So I guess Andrew, you got any final thoughts on this show?
I really enjoyed Lloyd in Space. I think it deserves to get on Disney Plus. I was very, very shocked to find out that it wasn't there already. And I must have Mandela affected myself because I could have sworn it was.
Okay. I don't know. I'm indifferent about this show. Never grew up with it.
Yeah.
Even now, I just, it was one of those shows where I should have been watching this when it first came out because I was like right there in that age group.
Right.
But my brothers would have made fun of me for watching
those awful brothers of yours who wouldn't let you have fun.
Dude, there's so many shows I missed out on just because my brothers would just pick on me.
What
and
are
make
you,
fun of me
some
for it.
kind of a child? Yes.
Yes, I am. But see,
As a matter of fact, I am a child.
See, my child brain couldn't come up with that kind of comeback.
Yeah. Nah, you're just like, no.
No, I'm not.
Shut
I'm
up.
not gonna watch it. So
I'm gonna go eat some Doritos casserole.
Hey, don't you?
I'm not bad mouthing it. I still want to try it.
My mom said she'll make some. So
Oh hell yeah! Ooh, if you Patreon subscribe to our new tier, that's $1,000. We'll give you. We'll hand deliver you some Doritos casserole.
Casserole. Somebody's gonna do it.
I swear to God, I'll put it up too.
Just $1,000 Patreon.
$1,000 one-time purchase. We will drive. We will fly to wherever you
Wherever
are
you
and
are.
hand you this thing.
My mom would be like, "So what? Y'all need me to make a what for a what?" Be like, "Mom, just make it, and I'll be there to pick it up."
But I believe that wraps up Lloyd in Space.
Lloyd in space.
Didn't really make any waves. Didn't really break the mold. Just like a straight down the lane kind of cartoon. But I personally think it's worth a watch.
Give it a shot, I guess.
Yeah. But if you'd like to send a request of your own, you can head to cartoondumpsterdive.com. There you can request a cartoon or have two cartoons go head to head in our junkyard brawl. If you would like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have a $5 tier. We're going to start doing more modern animation reviews, so look out for those Patreon exclusive episodes. Those should be out bi-weekly. So when you see them on the Patreon, that is the day they will come out, because we haven't decided if it'll be Wednesday or Thursday. But
Yep.
They're coming. We have a Twitter handle CartoonDD. We have a Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all Cartoon Dumpster Dive. If you would like to send us an email, you can send that to cartoondumpsterdive@gmail.com. And as always, we appreciate a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice. It always helps out the show. It helps us get in those algorithms so we can make it to Disney Plus before Lloyd in Space. Have a great rest of your week.
See you.
So our series follows Lloyd Nebba.
This has been a Lugho podcast.